What's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Friday, November the 3rd, 7 a.m. New York time. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Venator Trading 10K to $2 million funding challenge sponsored by the Bespoke Funding Program, a funding firm that can change your life if you take advantage of all they have to offer with their challenges. Some of the best trading conditions that I've ever experienced with a firm. And they're doing great work out there. So take advantage of them. Use that discount code Venator. Get 15% off any challenge. You get an 85% profit split. It's a great deal, and it helps support the stream. Everything that we do here is completely free. Here every day, streaming, demonstrating, and teaching, and encouraging, inspiring, all of those wonderful things. So I'm glad you guys are here. Thanks for hanging out with me every day. It makes trading so much better when we have a community of people just to hang out with. It gets very boring sometimes. When there's nothing to do, there's no setups, there's no trades to take. It's just nice to have a little Venator family here to hang out with and chat and make it through for the first couple hours of the day. So I appreciate you guys being here. It really does make a difference. If you haven't checked out, I got to do a Twitter space yesterday with FX Connect, and just got to talk about the challenges, the joys, the stress, the pros and cons of trading live every single day, calling out trades every single day in front of the whole world, and what that feels like. And so that was a good conversation. I actually probably got more out of listening to Kieran talk just about his experience with trading than anybody got from listening to me talk about trading. I still don't understand why people want to hear from me. I don't think that I don't think there's anything special or secret about what I do. I just do it in front of everybody else. So. But if you have a chance to listen to it and you want to get a little bit more insight into the stream and just hearing somebody else ask questions about it and me ramble on about it, it's on the FX Connect Twitter profile page. You can probably go listen to it. It's like an hour and a half or so conversation. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was great. We have NFP today, so that's coming out in about an hour. What is it? Does it come out at 8:30? Yeah, 8:30. So we've got about an hour and a half. For dollar pairs, definitely probably won't be taking any trades until after NFP. There is a really nice breaker set up here on pound that definitely has my eye. You have these last two up close candles. You have a run of sell side liquidity. You have a displacement away, fair value gap inside. A nice little retrace down to run and make a new high of the week here on GU. But I don't know. I'm just going to watch it. I think NFP, I don't know what's going to happen with it. It's kind of all over the place with expectation. So just going to wait and probably chill. I have canceled the gold because of NFP. I've canceled the gold order that I had set up here inside of this breaker here. Was hoping that would get tagged in yesterday, or maybe even I think yesterday probably. I was hoping for that, but it just ranging. And now with NFP coming, any spike up, it could run those highs, and I just don't feel as confident about it anymore. So that's canceled off. The Bitcoin also, if you'll remember the stream yesterday, I set an order right above this high. And I said, I want to sell Bitcoin. And it was right about this same candle. And I was like, I want to sell Bitcoin. And did not, I should have trusted my discretionary gut, taking the trade, but I was wanting it to run up just a little bit higher. We did get the sell off. I think this thing is still coming down a lot more. You have all these relative equal lows. So it may want to pop under here, grab some sell side, rush up one more time to take out all of the short sellers here before it drops again. So I'll wait for another opportunity, but this one's off the board as well. I currently have no active orders, no active limits set anywhere in the market. Just going to be watching GA potentially looking. I still think we're going to run these relative equal daily lows down here. I don't know if that's going to be this week. We have displaced and closed below all of these levels here, and currently holding underneath. You can't see that. Currently holding underneath these lows over here. It's just kind of chopping around right now. If we get a push back up above this high, I might look for a sell opportunity. It is just raging right now. Not a very clear sign or direction of anything. I've looked at all of the markets this morning because of NFP. That trade, this setup on GU is the prettiest breaker setup that I've seen in a little while. But because of NFP, I'm not going to take it. Euro dollar, also similar setup here, just ran a little bit of the sell side liquidity through the Asian session and displaced higher so far. I am tempted to buy any pullbacks here on euro dollar. My gut says that euro dollar wants to reach up into this monthly fair value gap that October left behind. So there's a monthly fair value gap right here. If we want to head lower, if the dollar is going to find strength, there's a similar fair value gap. But here on euro dollar, you can see we're still underneath last month's low right here. I think it's probably going to want to reach up into that, and it could be NFP spikes you up into that fair value gap if we're going to roll over. I don't know that we are, but that's my gut. I think this fair value gap also wants to get touched, and so maybe it uses this fair value gap here to send prices down into this 103, 104 level at the top of this. I don't know how deep it would want to go into this. Does it want to get down to the 102.5s halfway in? Maybe the 0.25 level, but perhaps. I think it does want to get into here at some point. But this fair value gap here is where I'll be. It's my first higher time frame draw of liquidity. So when you pair that with where we are right now, it's right up here. We're not that far away. 15-minute time frame, you could easily see how NFP could spike up that high today. But I'm just kind of waiting. I don't really want to touch the dollar correlated pairs here at all until we get NFP cleared out. Unemployment rate, NFP, all that kind of stuff is coming. 8:30. So we'll just chill. If I see a non-dollar pair, if I like Euro Aussie, I just don't see the Euro Aussie's just chopping, pound Aussie's chopping, everything's just chopping, everything's trying to set up and go, what is the dollar going to do today? What's the economic news? What are the numbers going to come out, and how are they going to manipulate the market with that news event to send it where it wants to go? So we'll just stay tuned and hang out. We're going to do our giveaway in 1 hour, well, less than an hour now, about 50 minutes, 50 minutes, 50 minutes. We'll do it at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock New York time. We'll do a 10K giveaway. And then that will lead us up into NFP, and then we can start looking to take some trades or see if there's any setups to take. If you weren't on the stream yesterday, I'm with this 10K challenge, this phase 1 10K challenge, I am going to be using discretionary trading as an experiment to model number one, the difficulty of it, and the pros and cons of it, and hopefully see the difference between mechanical trading benefits versus just it's not that I'm not using a strategy. I'm blending all of the strategies that I use together into a live trading type environment in front of you. So I've taken off the win-loss data that I usually keep up here because I'm not going to track. Some trades I might open and close very quickly. Some trades I move to break. I just don't want to take the time to track every little trade that may come. We'll probably take quite a few more trades over the course of this challenge. My risk percentage is going to change on every single trade. My trade management's going to change on every single trade. I'm just going to show you, this is the way that most traders actually approach challenges. They don't really have a firm set of rules. We're already down 2.5%. They don't have a firm set of rules to follow, and every single decision is a gut decision. Every single decision is it might have some merit, and I'm going to do my best to pass this challenge. I really am. I'm not just doing this so that I can fail and prove to you that discretionary trading sucks. That's not my goal. My goal is to pass this challenge. And I do think I have a fairly solid understanding of market behavior and market movement. And I'm not just I'm not just like flipping a coin and taking a trade. There is going to be reasoning behind why I do what I do. And it could be OTE, could be fair value gap, inverted fair value gap, breaker block, PD arrays, premium discount, support and resistance. I mean, I'm going to be blending a lot of different trading ideas when I want to take trades, or why I should take trades. So I'll try to do my best to explain them as I go, but not just solely trading the breaker block strategy on this specific challenge. And we're just going to see. There are a lot of traders out there that can, well, I say a lot. There's not many traders out there that can successfully and solely use discretionary trading as a profitable trading model. There are some that might do well with it at the beginning. There are some that might excel with it for a period of time, but it is very difficult to over a long series of trades perform at a high level just from a purely discretionary trading standpoint. Typically the guys that can do that, they have so many years of trading experience that they don't need lines on the chart. They don't need indicators. They just are able to get in the flow with the market, and they can tell where the market wants to go. It was funny. I was in this conversation. I was talking with Kieran Duff yesterday. He is one of the founders of the FX Connect, which is a group of traders based in the UK, and they get together every quarter and they meet up and they bring in speakers and whatnot, and just to try to build up the trading community in person physically there in the UK. And he was talking about how, I just lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Discretionary trading. That's right. So we were talking about this guy who, if you're not familiar with Darwin X is it's a trading platform where it tracks your live trading. And if you are a good enough trader, there are actual live investors that will fund you with private capital based on your trading record. And you have to have a minimum of 6 months of trading record. The top guy at Darwin X, the top trader, has over $34 million in private funding. And this is not prop firm funding. This is actual investor money. He has $34 million in assets under management. And he only trades the news. He does the one thing that literally every other trader is told not to do. And he has 8 years of verifiable track record. And he's absolutely smashing it. 8 years. No one's ever heard of this guy. He's not on Twitter. He's not selling a course. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. 8 years this guy has been trading, and he only trades the news. He only trades news events. That's all he does. And he is killing it, and he has $34 million in private funding assets under management through Darwin X. So I'm saying that because I'm trying to help you understand that it takes a long time to get to a point where you can trade discretionarily. His system is not. There's no mechanicals to it. He just trades the news. He either gets in before or right after the news, and he trades what he sees. And it's a discretionary trading. It takes years to get into that, to have the ability to do that. And that's why mechanical trading is most often the easiest way for struggling traders to learn how the market moves and why the market's moving where it wants to move to. So I have confidence in how I can analyze and see the market. I do not have full confidence that I will be good at this at all with just purely discretionary trading. We're going to find out. We're going to find out live together here on YouTube in front of the whole world. It's going to be public, completely out there for everyone to see. So let me jump over. I haven't said good morning to anybody over here yet. I've just been rambling for 16 minutes. Beeswax, what's up? H. Corey. OG Corey, welcome in, my friend. Cisco 59. I saw your comment about 59,000 likes. That would be pretty impressive, and I would be super stoked about that. Sadly, no. It was a glitch. Mr. Beeswax says NASA has an upcoming space mission where they tell aliens that we are sorry for putting so much junk up into space. The mission is called Apollo G. Ayo! Thank you for that, Beeswax. That's a good one. Muhammad Saeem, good evening, my friend. Mr. Alfie, good morning. George Tucker, good morning. Fib student, hello. Dad joke of the day. It was a great joke. Appreciate that, Beeswax. Adrian Joseph, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. Ikram H, good morning. Tilu Mapanya, welcome in, my friend. Barbara Robinson, can you define discretionary trading, please? Kind of already did, but it's basically where you don't necessarily have a set of defined rules that show you exactly when and where to take a trade. You are taking trades based on what you know about the market. You don't have to have it doesn't have to return to a specific spot. You can just take a market order. One time you could take a sell limit. One time you could take a sell stop. One time you could trade with a stop loss. One time you could trade without a stop loss. One time you could have 1% risk. The next time you could have 2% risk. Your risk reward ratio is going to change. Like you could take it, you may just scalp a few pips and close the trade. Discretionary trading is truly what it sounds like, meaning you're only trading based on whatever it is that you feel like doing in the moment. That's the most basic version of it. Now, typically discretionary traders have some form of structure around why they're taking trades. They have reasons why they want to get into a move or into a position. And that's more what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using the smart money concepts that I'm familiar with and that I have experience with to kind of blend into one idea about why I want to get into a position. And again, I'll try to explain those to you when I take a trade. But that's discretionary trading is just what it sounds like. It's totally up to the trader's discretion about what they want to do, when they want to do it, and why they want to do it. And it's quite honestly, even traders who say they're mechanical traders, the reason they fail is because they take discretionary trades that they have no business taking. What's up, Red? Shadow Trades. That's awesome. Yeah. Partha, good morning. Shadow Trades love the fact he's not on socials. They would have started asking him to prove trash. Yeah. That trader on DarwinX only makes 2% a month. That's correct. And that's what Kieran was talking about. He was like, all of you people out here, all of you traders out here who think that you need to be making 4%, 6%, 8%, 10% a month. He's like, look, if you can make 2% a month, 1.5 to 2% a month, you will have rich people lined up waiting to hand you their money, private funding, if you can have a provable track record that you're only making 1.5 to 2% a month. That those traders that can produce somewhere between 12 and 20% a year, you will have so much money available for you to trade with if you can prove and have a verifiable track record of trading. People will line up, knock on your beat your door down to hand you money to trade with if you can verifiably show that you can consistently produce 1.5 to 2% a month trading. So do not think. That's why when we pass these challenges and we make 8%, or we get out of 4% drawdown and then make 8% in a week and a half, that is not probably the way that most professional traders approach this. But we're trying to pass these challenges, right? We're here to try to pass challenges. We're here to reach the funding stage. And they're two totally different animals. Private funding versus simulated firm funding. They're two different things. But all of you who actually want to be professional traders, you have to understand how professional traders actually trade. And they're not out there trying to make 8% a month. Now, there are guys that can, but the vast majority of them are not out there trying to make 10% a month, whatever it is. They're really trying to just consistently chip away these small little amounts over and over and over again. Non-farm employment change is NFP2. Yes, that's NFP, non-farm employment. Do you trade this? Do you trade this news? I do. I will. No, I will. We will be out of the market completely until NFP hits, which is at 8:30. So you've got the non-farm payrolls, NFP. You've got the unemployment rate. And then at 10 o'clock, you have ISM services. I will start looking for trades after NFP hits. I really do like this pound setup, but it's already made a new high. It didn't come back down at all. So we'll see what NFP does. You're gonna get a massive candle on NFP. Whatever candle time or time frame you're looking on, even the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. That when the NFP hits, you're gonna get a massive candle in one direction. And then we're just going to have to wait to see a little bit how the market wants to respond after the news hits. Very often that first pop is the Judas swing, but we'll just wait. Barbara Robinson says 2% should be very doable, much less risk involved, which is the attraction to investors. That's really what it is. People who want you to manage their private funds, they want to know that you're very, very good at limiting their exposure to risk, and that whatever drawdown they do incur is going to be extremely small. And so, you're most of those fund managers, they're not going in with 1.5 or 2% risk per trade. That's what they're trying to make in the month. So if they take 6 to 8 trades a month or whatever it is, they're only risking maybe 0.25%, 1/3%, and slowly chipping away at that over the month. For anyone interested in how I am so good at what I do, both as a streamer, as a father, a husband, a friend, and a trader, I attribute all success to my teak wood and oak Leo Ben candle. Without this candle in my life, I don't think I would have the joy and contentment and peace and profitability that I experience on a daily basis. So shout out to the teak wood and oak candle made by the Leo Ben Candle Company. You should get one, and you too can have the same incredible life that I also have. You're welcome. Leo Ben Candle Company. Totally for free. My goodness. And this one is nearing the end of its life. There's really not much left in there. I'm going to have to, I'm going to need the Leo Ben Candle Company to send me a new candle because this one is reaching the end of its burning. It's been well burned. It had a great candle life. It's provided much warmth and beautiful, beautiful odors. I don't, I think when you say odors, odors is like the bad smell. Scents is like the good smell. So beautiful scents. Leo Ben Candle Company. Not sponsored or affiliated by them at all, but I would love to be if someone knows them. I will take that sponsorship. I don't know what that is you just advertised. It was a joke. I do love this candle, and I talk about it every day how much I love this candle, and so I'm just satirically sponsoring the Leo Ben Candle Company and their teakwood and oak candle. Very happy with this candle. Very happy. Do you have any bias for the next weekly candle? Not until this candle closes out. I did point out here Eurodollar and the DXY. If the dollar wants to go higher, the point of interest for me is this fair value gap. How does it respond when it reaches into this fair value gap? If the dollar does not reach into this fair value gap and Eurodollar does reach up into theirs, you might have some SMT. But these two fair value gaps blended together are where I'm going to be watching to see, does price want to reject off of this level and head down into this fair value gap here? I still think that this is where it wants to reach into. And if you look at DXY, I still think that this is where it wants to reach into. So I just want to see how this week, I want to see this weekly candle close out. Do we close with displacement below this low? Do we close with do we close bullish? Do we start moving up on DXY? Like I want to see how today closes out before I can give you that analysis. So I just need more information. I'm not going to speak into that until I see the fullness with which it wants to give us the ending of the week here. I am anticipating gold to still run these highs here. I don't know if we make new highs up here. It has we still have the all-time weekly highs way up here. It is above us on the daily time frame. It's run right here. We've run the buy side liquidity. We've closed in this fair value gap. And for the week here on gold, slightly bearish inside bar so far. I think that's going to change today. But so far for gold, just a very tight range. We're still trading in between last week's high and low. We have not taken out last week's high and low. So this volume imbalance right here, you draw that out, and it's held price down. All-time highs up here. Big run of sell-side liquidity, big displacement, getting some kind of pullback down into this weekly fair value gap. Potentially a little bit of a retracement. You can see on the monthly time frame, last month, huge bullish candle, creating a monthly order block. So if price comes back down into this level here, you could see some push up. But I don't really know yet. I think you're going to see a run. If it wants to go lower, you're going to want to see a run above these highs in here. It's just a consolidation city at the moment here at the Gilded Gal. So we'll just watch, see what the news does. Nothing else to do until then. We'll do our giveaway here in about 30 minutes. I'll go ahead and post. Actually, I put out a post. Let me see. No, we'll do a new one. Let me do a let's see, we'll do sorry, I'm typing out a tweet so that you all can repost to be eligible for the giveaway here in 30 minutes. Good old 50% win rate, 1 to 2 risk reward tweet. Always does well. All right, so there's our post. So go ahead and let me put this. I'll post this in the YouTube chat here. So I just posted that tweet. If you will go and repost, we will use the Twitter Picker repost feature. So repost the tweet that I just put out. I just put the link there in the chat. That will get you qualified for the giveaway we will do in about 26 minutes. Man, I'm really bummed that I missed that live stream on Wednesday. It's the first day since I started in May to miss a live stream, like miss a day. We broke our streak, and I can't remember where we were at. We were like 100 and I don't know, like 110 straight, maybe more than that, 120. September 26th. Oh yeah, more than that. So 120, like maybe like close to 130 straight live streams, 130 days in a row, every day, here every day, 130 days in a row. That's quite, I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But we did break the streak. We broke the streak Wednesday, so we're starting a new streak today. We'll see how far we can get ahead. Corey, I was able to get a new 10K account this week. Cool. How did you do that, Corey? You bought a new 10K account? Yes, it was bot. Cool. Did you use Bespoke or did you use somebody else? 4%. Holy hell! Way to go, man. Is that a Bespoke account? Please tell me you used that Venator discount code, my friend. Or is it a different firm? I had to use someone else for the cheaper price. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, man, dude, you don't have to apologize. But good for you, man. Up 4%. Way to go. No apologies necessary. It doesn't offend me if you don't use Bespoke. There's other firms definitely out there. I like working with those guys. I'm not sure how long the sponsorship's going to last. I mean, I think everybody's happy with the way it's going for both sides right now, but I mean, sponsorships are intended to produce revenue for the company that you're being sponsored by. So as long as people use that discount code, or I can verify that they're using Bespoke because of Venator, then the sponsorship will remain intact. But if it reaches a spot where it probably doesn't make sense from a revenue perspective on their end, probably won't last forever. I don't think it will last forever. I have a very small social media following comparatively to many influencers, quote unquote influencers. So I'm at some point the well dries up on the number of ears that hear me talk about Bespoke and then take advantage of using a challenge with them. And that's not to say that they're not a great company. They are a great company, but from a business standpoint, all sponsorships come to an end eventually. So we'll see how long we can make this beneficial for all sides. We are in phase 1 of a 10K challenge currently. Stone, if you're talking to me, we're on a phase 1 10K challenge. Corey is on a phase 1 10K challenge and he's up 4%. Absolutely smashing it. If you haven't yet, I'm going to keep posting the post in the chat if you're just jumping in. If you want to be eligible for the 10K giveaway with Bespoke funding that we're drawing here in about 20 minutes, you'll need to repost that link. Oh yeah, you are absolutely correct. I need to change that. It is 10.8. You are right. Good catch. Good catch. Jonathan Rogers says, hey, bud, hope you're well. Enjoy your live stream. Don't hop on as much as I would like to, but always enjoy it, my man. Jonathan, thank you so much, my friend. Thanks for being here. And I appreciate you jumping in the chat and letting me know, man. I know there's a lot of people that will watch. We average about 200 viewers over the course of every day. By the end of the stream, about 200 unique people have tuned in every day. But there's probably maybe 10 to 15 people that are active in the chat every day, and that's fine. So there's a lot of people that come in and watch and don't really, jump in the chat, and that's totally fine. That doesn't bother me at all. I love it when you do jump in the chat and say hi, even if it's just occasionally. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're finding some value in the stream, and I do hope you find it helpful. So that's cool, man. Thanks for saying so. Saim, I'm also in a phase 125K. Took a loss in the morning, closing the week with a 1.6% profit. Dude, 1.6% profit in a week. We just talked about this. That if you could consistently do that If that's all you did and you didn't take a trade for the rest of the month, you're killing it. 1% profit in a month is fantastic. Just imagine if you have $30 million in funding and you made 1%, even if that's $34,000. And even if you only got, I don't know, even if you only got 10% of that or 15% of that, which is quite honestly what most of your fee splits for professional account management, you're not making 80% of private funded money. People are not going to give you $1 million of their private money and tell you that you can keep 80% of the profits. That's not how actual funding works. It's going to be 5, 10, 15%. That's how it works. Like, you're going to split those profits. That money belongs to the investor. They're going to pay you very well. And because you're managing such large amounts of money, you're going to, those profit splits, even if it's 15% of your whatever you're making, you're going to kill it. You're going to make so much money. It's going to be equivalent to making an 80% payout with a prop firm or a funding firm. So 1%, 1.6% in a week, fantastic, my friend. Absolutely fantastic. 2 trades in the whole week. Beeswax has 2 more than me. Yeah, you just got to wait for those setups, man. Just got to wait for those setups. You got to follow your rules. You got to see your plan in action. Wait for it to happen. Did I mark out that monthly fair value gap? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. I just want it on my chart. Sitting right up here. Oh, we'll go ahead and kill that line. All right. About 15 more minutes, a little bit more than 15 minutes, and we'll do our 10K account giveaway here. Welcome in, everyone. If you're just joining, I will post one more time. I'll do this just every couple minutes until we get up to the giveaway. I want everybody who's here to have a chance to win. And to win, you have to repost that Twitter post or X post. Does anybody call it X? I've never heard anybody call it X. Everyone still calls it Twitter. Is X just the logo for Twitter, or is it actually called X? I don't know. I always say Twitter still. Everybody I know says Twitter. I don't know how you get away from the equity of that name for that app, but whatever it is, I posted on it, and you need to go repost it. The link says twitter.com. So I guess everybody still calls it Twitter, and X is just the logo. Like the Nike swoosh. You don't call the Nike swoosh Nike swoosh. You just see the Nike swoosh and you know that's the logo for Nike. It's called Nike, but that swoosh, it's not called swoosh, right? So maybe the logo is X and it's still called Twitter. I don't know. I watched someone who says both, says Twitter first and says or X. I don't know who that could be. I don't know what to call it. If someone could reach out to Elon and let him know that I would love to know clearly exactly how he wants me to state and define the app on which I post and interact with my community. I would love to know what that is. I'm going to play Starfield today, by the way, just so you know. I know so many of you care about the video games that I like to play, and you don't. But I am going to play Starfield today. It's got some glitches and some bugs that are kind of frustrating to me right now that I hope they patch up pretty soon. I had to restart a campaign. I had to restart a campaign that I had I had leveled up to like almost level 50, and I was just doing a bunch of side quests, and not, I was not doing the main quest. But when I went back to pick up the main quest, it takes you to a map where you have to go into this temple to get this like a power. Basically, it's like this alien power that you can obtain. Except there's no temple. It doesn't exist. And I know exactly what the temple looks like. I know exactly how you're supposed to find it. I've played it many times on other campaigns, and the map just, and I've reloaded saves that were before that main quest became active, and it doesn't matter what I do, it would just keep reloading an empty map wherein I had absolutely no way of moving past that part of the quest. It's just, it doesn't exist. It's a bug. And I have seen other people after some investigation realize that it's just a bug that happens to some people. And because I play on Xbox, I can't put in console commands. If I was on PC, I could use some console commands and just skip that quest. But I'm on Xbox, and so I had to restart, and it's very frustrating. So, but I do kind of like restarting, though. You create your new character, you can do different dialogue options, you can make different choices as you play through the next time. So, and I've already done it a couple times, so I can basically speed run back to where I was, and it's not going to take me very long to get there. And I did go immediately to that main quest and make sure it worked. And I got through that, and now everything is clicking along just nicely right now. So I still love the game. I love playing it, but there are some issues that it has currently that they need to get addressed. X being the logo makes sense. Yeah. I actually wasn't talking about you. FX Evolution channel on YouTube. Oh, I got you. Still waiting on Venator Gaming. Yeah, me too. I'm still waiting on it. I don't want to stream on Twitch. I'd rather stream on YouTube, and Xbox does not. Xbox only streams directly to Twitch, and then you got to have all this other third-party stuff to stream onto YouTube from your Xbox, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So man, the glitches in the games where after you've spent hours and hours playing and building up a playthrough, and then you get a glitch that just freezes everything and makes you have to either reload back and lose a bunch of hours, or even have to go all the way back to the beginning. It is so frustrating. So frustrating. Did you ever play PES? PES. I don't know what that is, and I've never played it. If I have, I don't know what you're referring to. Shadow Trades, please guys, a friend lost less than $400 in the firm, said the account is gone. Hey Shadow, I saw your post in Discord about this. So typically what happens when you get breached, even if the account, if the trade, it goes into drawdown at any point and it breaches the daily drawdown limit, even if the trade gets closed out in profit, the trade was at the equity of the account was below the daily drawdown limit. It doesn't matter where the trade closes out. It matters how low it goes into drawdown, even just the equity. So if you're in a position and you have a $500 account drawdown limit, daily drawdown limit on a 10K account, and let's say that you're in a position and that trade goes $501 into drawdown, but the trade is still open, you have breached the drawdown limit. Then when you close, if you close that trade, or let's say that it automatically tries to close that trade for you because it's in drawdown, but then by the time it gets executed, the trade has popped back up into profits. Just because the trade gets closed in a profit, it's calculated based on the equity of the position. So most likely, it's happened to me before. I've done that where it's gone into drawdown, but then I close the trade out and it's back in profit. It's not where you close the trade out at. It is the drawdown, the equity drawdown of the account. So most likely what happened, it sounds like, is your friend had a trade open that went past the daily drawdown limit from an equity standpoint. And then when the trade got closed out, even though it was in profit, he had already violated the limit. Muhammad, I'm with you. This is why I have this discretionary trading challenge that I'm doing right now. I will go up to 4.5% on my daily loss limit. I'm not saying that I'll do that every day, but I'm allowing myself. If I was just using my trading model specifically, I would have a 2% daily loss limit, personal daily loss limit. But with this discretionary model, I'm going to allow myself a 4.5% daily loss. That way I won't violate the drawdown limit. $4.5% daily loss is what I'm working with to not violate that. As for slippage, I was doing some digging about this. Some people stack the orders rather than having a big lot. Like someone wants to get in with 20 lots, they'll take 4 trades with 5 lots. Is it helpful? It can be. It can be. I think anything up to about 10 lots, you're probably not going to get much slippage on, but anything over 10 lots, you're probably going to experience some slippage. And so, yes, when you're trading a 400K or a 500K account and you're going in with, 25 lots, I'm not saying that you won't get slipped, but you probably will. But I also don't know that stacking them is going to get you better fills either. The way that brokers book, it's not, they're going to pool lots and start placing them with alternate the opposite lot size positions as they come up in the book. So whether you stack 4 or 5 lot trades or whether you just go all in at 20, the book sees it all the same. It just needs, if you have a 20 lot, it's going to break that 20 lot up into whatever it needs to fill that, and then the average price is what your fill is, if that makes sense. So let's say you have a 20 lot and you want a price at 105, right? 1.05000. That's where you want to buy. Well, it may buy you at right below 050, and it may fill some of those a little bit above 050, depending on where the opposite sell positions are to pair those trades together. The average of those might be a little bit higher than 0500, right? So that's what your fill is on those 20 lots, is the average of wherever it is all of those lots got filled at. It's not like there's not always going to be an identical number of lots of selling that the buyer wants. So it's going to break those lots up into various positions. On your book, on your MT4, it's going to give you the average price of where it filled you at. And it's going to show it as 120 lot position, not 1 lot at this number, 1 lot at this number, 3 lots at this number, 3.5 lots at this number, right? It's going to accumulate that into one position and give you the average price with which you filled all 20 lots. Yes, Bernard, thank you. I will definitely. I know what my limit order is. I know what my loss limit is every day before I open the charts. It's the first thing I look at. I know what that number is, and so I have I have a loss limit alarm that will protect me from reaching that if I get there. Same, if the firm does it legit, it shouldn't make much difference. Orders should be filled as they can in the market. How they decide order, I don't know. The only firm I had bad experience with is TFT. I've tried Bespoke, Funding Pips, Alpha Capital, My Funding FX, Goat Funded Trader, FXify, all had good execution, but ACAP, Bespoke, and FXify was the best. ACAP with Bespoke was chef's kiss. So good. Best execution I've ever had. Best fills I've ever had. And I'm kind of sad that they're just using Think Markets now. I mean, Think Markets is okay. But my experience with Bespoke and ACAP was so much better. Good explanation. Oh yeah, for the lot fill. You have to understand when they're filling your orders. If this was an actual live account, we all know this is not a live account, so there's no orders that they're pairing your orders against, but they're trying to simulate a live account. So they have to simulate slippage, if that makes sense. And they're using live data feeds to do that. But in a real brokerage, that is how they fill lots. They're going to pair your order, your sell order or your buy order, with an opposite sell order or buy order. And oftentimes with small lot sizes, it's very easy to give you your exact specific entry because there's lot sizes that they can break up on the other side to give you your exact specific price. But when you start trading massive lot sizes, anything over 10, probably close into that in between that 10 and 20 range, it's going to have to break up. The brokerage has to break up yours to find all of the opposite position orders to pair those with. Why did they remove ACAP on Bespoke? Mostly because ACAP was having a lot of issues, regulation issues across different firms. They were at the center of a lot of third-party slippage that firms were manipulating the data feeds to create more slippage than would probably exist in a natural trading environment. And they're just wanting to go to a more regulated, legitimate private broker. That's my understanding. That's a very simple, probably horrible explanation, but my understanding of it. Tilu, you're going to have to repost this Twitter post that I just put in the chat. Go onto Twitter, repost that post, and then you'll be eligible for the giveaway. And we're doing that here in just about 2 minutes. So good I reposted it. Now, if you're just jumping into the stream, you're here for the 10K giveaway, you will need to repost the Twitter link that I just put in the chat. And that will get you eligible. Think Markets hasn't been great for me. ACAP definitely better from my experience. Yeah, I think most people would agree. ACAP definitely was better. They had better commissions. They had better execution. I had positive slippage on Bespoke ACAP once or twice. They explained even on challenges they check live market data for how it would feel. Correct. The commission on Think Markets is, it's like almost twice as much as it was on ACAP. It's not fun. I hate that. I even hate that we have commissions on simulated funded accounts. I know the reasoning behind it is that you're actually trying to simulate a true live trading experience. And there are obvious commissions with that, but these are all demo accounts. There is no commission, there's no trade being taken. They're not booking 99% of the traders that are taking these challenges, right? So there is no commission. It's a made up commission. It is a simulated commission on a simulated account. So it is what it is. It's just part of it. It's not going away. They're not going to change it. What's up, Reggie? Welcome in. $2 for funding pips? Really? It's there to make it more difficult to pass. It's not necessarily making it more difficult to pass. The commissions would be there if you were trading a live account. It's just kind of hard to wrap your head around the fact that you're trading a demo account and they're charging you a commission and they're just trying to simulate a live trading experience. So I totally understand that. I get it. What's up, Oshiverse? All right, this is your last chance right here. One last time. You have about 1 minute. You have until I can pull up Twitter Picker and load this up to repost that Twitter post to be eligible to win the 10K account. So I'm pulling up Twitter Picker. All right. Anybody seen the Ferguson twins? Anybody seen the Ferguson twins? I haven't seen them in here yet. All right, let's go. Here we go. We're going to, let me get over to this. Make sure you can see all that. All right, so we're going to throw in our post right here. Load the tweet. John's been quiet today. Ugh. Here's the post. I don't care if you have a picture or not. We will continue. Here's everyone who is eligible. Tilu, I see you in there, man. You got it done. George, Oshiverse, everyone's in here. I'll just click through. Bot. Total bot. What's up with this? John 042040212226. There's John Jones. Just showing you, making sure I'm letting everyone see that they are in here. And there we go, last one. All right, so continue. All right, good luck, everyone. Best of luck to you if you win this account. Stick around on the challenge. Show up here on the stream. Let us know how you're doing. Good luck. Here we go. The winner of the 10K account two-step challenge from Bespoke Funding is Adrian Joseph. Heyo. Let's go, Adrian. Long-time viewer. Glad a long-time viewer has won. Adrian Joseph, you have won the 10K account, my friend. Congratulations, buddy. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And DM me over on Twitter, and I'll hook you up with the details on how to claim your account. So congratulations, Adrian. Glad you won it. Adrian, let's go. Adrian's been here from nearly the very beginning. So good luck with that account, my friend. I'm going to take a short little break. I'm going to go warm my coffee up. I'll be right back. Give me like, I don't know, 1 minute or so to warm this up, and I'll be right back. Y'all don't go anywhere. NFP's coming up in about 25 minutes, and then we'll start hunting our trades. All right. Be right back. All right. Coffee is heated up. I don't know if you can see the steam on that, but so good. All right. I went from, what did we go, like 30? We lost 10 viewers. Oh, man. All right, guys. Fireworks about to come out here in about 20 minutes. We'll get this news cleared out of here. What do I think's going to happen? We could take a poll. We haven't done a poll in a while. We could take a poll. We'll use Eurodollar. Eurodollar. NFP. Let me just do this. NFP will send euro dollar higher or lower. There we go. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. This is just for bragging rights here. NFP is going to send euro dollar higher or lower. Yeah, the first 15-minute candle. Well, let's do first 15-minute candle close. So you might get a Judas swing one way, but let's do 15-minute candle. A full 15-minute candle close will, is this going higher or lower? Bernard says it will send it higher to facilitate the market to go down. I know a lot of people who also follow that line of thinking. I would change my vote. I think, can you not change your vote on this after you do it? I don't know how that works. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I got to check. Man, I still have this stupid dry cough where I get these random tickles in the back of my throat. It sends me into these coughing fits. It's kind of annoying. And I'm sure it is for you too, since you have to listen to me sit here and jabber jabber about it. Cisco says, I'm saying down to go up to close the day higher. First 15-minute candle will be bearish or bullish. Bulls are slightly in favor here. We got 13 votes in. Most people think this is going higher with NFP. I tend to think that it's going to want to reach up into this monthly fair value gap. And I think it's going to use NFP to do it. I think it's going to want to reach up into here. I think we're going to run this buy side liquidity. Now, it may want to go lower after that, but I think this is where we're headed. But we'll see. No one knows except the government, who is putting out the manipulated numbers that it wants us to see. I said it. I said the quiet part out loud. Yeah, if euro dollar is going to go up, DXY will go down. Euro dollar makes up about 60% of the DXY currency basket to value the dollar. So it's heavily weighted on the euro, which is why they move in cahoots with each other. In opposite directions, of course, but I'm not trading my thoughts. No one should be trading your thoughts right now. Don't be trading. You have 15 more minutes, bare minimum, before you need to start looking for positions. Actually, more like probably 25 minutes, because you want to let that news clear out. Let it see how it's going to respond before you start doing anything. Just taking a peek-see here at everything. GU not waiting for NFP. GU just like, I know where this is going. I'm going to go ahead and go up there and just wait for everybody else to get there later. 15 more minutes. Man, we need some more dad jokes, Mr. Alfie. Beeswax, let's go. We will go ahead and kill that when there's enough votes in the poll. All right, so just over half of you that voted think that we're going higher. Oh, gosh. These drops before the news hits, it's like, is everyone just pricing in what they think's going to happen? It taps into that sell side and then shoots back up. A closure below this daily fair value gap here. Very interesting. From this gap down, there was no effort at all to reclaim this volume gap, this gap down right here. Nothing. Look at how choppy. Look at how clean the dollar was moving. And then look at this. Oof. That's brutal trading conditions right there. We need some signs. We need some signs, man. Show us what you want to do. By the way, I found a new guy, a new music guy, a new rapper named Ren. I'd never heard of this guy before, and I'm probably late. I'm probably very late to the party, but this UK rapper named Ren, R-E-N, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I highly, highly recommend you go check out his stuff. It's so moving and so emotional. Most of what he raps about is mental health and the struggle that he's had with most of his life for mental health and how he's kind of overcome that, how people deal with trauma and abuse and addiction and depression. But I think he just got the number one album in UK. Dude is just a lyrical genius, musically off the charts creatively. It's just some of the most unique rap music that I've ever heard before. If you've ever heard of a guy named NF, kind of similar vein, but a little, his musical creativity, I think, is way different than NF, but just kind of the lyrical content, the energy and passion with which he raps is and tells these stories and weaves these lyrics. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and props to the guy, man. He's absolutely killing it. If you've never heard of it, I think his album is called Sick Boy, and boy is spelled B-O-I, Sick Boy. But dude, Ren is so good. So good. Highly recommend you checking him out. Beeswax says, here we go. I hired a handyman to do work around the house, gave him a list. When I came back, he had only done 1, 3, 5, and 7 on the list. Turns out he only does odd jobs. Nice. I once entered the Work Kleptomaniac Championships. I took gold, silver, and bronze. Warren Buffett. What is going on, my friend? Where's John? The World Kleptomaniac Championships. I got Work and World either way. If your work has a kleptomaniac tournament, it also applies, and you would have done. Warren's here, John. Here we go. I'm just here for the chat. Morning, Vin. Been a little while since I've been on the stream. How's the trading going? Trading's going well, man. We're just clipping along, doing our thing. Warren Buffett, welcome into the stream, my friend. I'm so glad that you're here to learn how to become a better trader. If you would join the Discord, we posted in there when the giveaway was, and you are 22 minutes late to the party, buddy. So thanks for stopping by. But yeah, it happened already 23 minutes ago now. So you'll have to catch up next. You'll have to catch up next week, Warren Buffett. Next Friday, we'll see you again. We'll see you next Friday, friend. Nick, I'm not in any trades right now. We have NFP news coming out in 7 minutes. No one should be taking trades. It's a complete gamble of your money and your positions if you're trading NFP right now. There are people out there that have just bought a brand new account today so that they can try to pass their account today by trading NFP. And some of them will. Some of them will get lucky and they will pass their account on one trade. But the vast majority of people will be wrong and they will get crushed and they will blow their accounts. It is a complete gamble. No trades open currently. We will not take any positions until after this news hits. Excuse me. Hey, babe. Yeah, we need to get out of this dollar range. It's pretty ugly. Great minds, John. Great minds. Cisco, unless you're the Darwin X top trader. That's correct. Unless you're the Darwin X top trader, no one else should be trading NFP. And to be fair, I don't think he actually trades the news. Like, I don't think he's in a position right now. He waits for the news. Like, he only trades after news has broken. So he waits for the data to come out and then he takes a position. So he is technically, I believe, at least the way it was explained to me, he's trading post news, but he's only trading the news events. Now I might be wrong. Maybe he actually does trade pre-news, pre-market news. I don't know. But I could be wrong. My friend Joe recently went on the Dolly Parton diet. It really made Joe lean. Jolene. Nice one. I made a new recipe combining alphabet soup and a laxative. I call the recipe Let Her Rip. Oh, that's a good one. Warren, you lost 10K? You lost 10K? That's like not even like 0.01% of your net worth, my friend. If nobody traded news, nothing would happen. Yeah, I guess you're right, John. I guess so. But people, I think what people wait to see is they wait to see the number, and they've predetermined if the number is above the expectation, I'm going short, and if the number is below the expectation, I'm going long. Like they just know I'm ready to click the buy button as soon as I see that number released. I'm either selling or buying. If it meets expectation, I'm doing nothing. But if it's above or below, I'm doing this or that, and they just go in. And then there's other people that are just in a position right now. Right now, 3 minutes before the news hits, they have entered a position. They're convinced this thing's going to tank, so they're just selling it right now. They have no stop loss, or they have their stop loss where they think it's safe. And then the news hits, and price just gaps above where their stop loss was going to be, and then they get crushed. So there's two types of news traders. There's people that are in a position right now, gambling on where they think it's going to go. And then there's people that wait until they actually see the numbers, and then they just push a button. And then those are the people that get whipped out after news gets hit. Hey, Boogeyman's back. It's been a few days. Please share the Discord link. Yeah, we have time to do that. We got 3 minutes. I can do that real quick. Discord link in the chat. Here you go, buddy. It's free to join. There's no cost involved. Just hop on over and join the conversation, man. Warren Buffett, tell us more about that. Warren's gone, John. Warren is no longer with us. Popped in for the giveaway, realized he was late to the party. And we'll see him again next Friday. He is an account giveaway hunter. He is the Venator of account giveaways. Why trade when you can just spend all your time hopping from stream to stream looking for giveaways? I was late. Oh, he's still here. Warren, thanks for being here, man. Warren, we never see you unless there's a giveaway. That's why people are kind of cracking on you right now. Because the stream is what it is, and there's basically the same people in here every single day watching. But then when there's giveaways, there's always the same people that show up that are never here, except that there's a giveaway. So you have built a reputation, my friend, of only being present in the stream when we're doing our giveaways. So, and that's fine. Don't think that I'm cracking on you. That's totally fine. It's not a problem. There we go. Lift off, ladies and gentlemen. We got our fireworks. Non-farm payrolls, they were forecasting 180, came in at 150. Unemployment rate was forecast at 3.8, and it rose to 3.9. This is going to be very bearish for the dollar. This is going to reinforce the idea that no more rate hikes are needed. In fact, a rate cut may be in the picture. If unemployment continues to rise and the non-farm payrolls continue to drop, Uh, that's going to be bad news for the dollar. You can see the dollar tanking. Euro dollar reaching up to the monthly fair value gap. Remember, this was our drawn liquidity that I outlined previously, where I said NFP could come up into here. If dollar wants to reverse off of this level, this is where somewhere inside of this fair value gap is where it may want to do that. Here on the DXY chart, it has not yet breached its monthly fair value gap level to the downside. It's trying to, and I think it probably will. But it's got a little bit more work to do. Euro dollar has crossed up into its monthly fair value gap. Pound dollar shot off like a rocket as well. It still has a little bit more room for its monthly fair value gap up here. But you can see we are definitely aggressively running higher and hotter here on the NFP news release. Gold, with the dollar tanking, you see a rise on gold here. It's reaching back up into and above these levels. If it wants to rocket up from here, that's fine. I was hoping to get into a sell off of this level a couple days ago, but it didn't. We never got that reaction. We'll see how gold wants to respond to this. This very bearish dollar news. Aussie dollar flying. Everything, all the non-dollar pairs, dollar yen tanking pretty hard there. NAS is flying. Indices, this should be good news for indices. It's really weird that unemployment would go up, but that's going to be good news for the markets. Isn't that crazy? Unemployment rises, non-farm payrolls drop, and the market's like, yeah, this is great news for the economy. Oh, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So funny, man. Nice little drop here on pound Aussie. This is my lower time frame drawn liquidity here for pound Aussie. So with this drop here, could be a nice little sell opportunity for GA and EA here. Bitcoin didn't really have any reaction at all. Man, I wish I would have taken that sell yesterday instead of waiting for that level, just getting in and just keeping your... I mean, the difference is a 3.9 and 3.3, and I wanted that to get run first, and I just didn't. God, that's frustrating when those discretionary trades. That's the frustrating part about discretionary trades is you have a bias and you want to get a specific entry. Price moves away without you. It happens with mechanical trading as well, but discretionary trading is hard because you don't have a set of very clearly defined entry steps. So you're gonna miss some moves that your gut was right about, basically. Euro dollar tapping right up into that fair value gap. DXY not reaching down that far yet. We're about 5 minutes into the news release. All kinds of little breaker blocks in here for this run on liquidity. I would doubt you would want it to come back up high. You just probably want it to come back up. just into this range a little bit. If you get that closure here below, I don't know, you would want it to come back up to that 50% level. I think I would want to see on this 10-minute time frame here, 5-minute, you had displacement closure below there, so that's probably fine. I think I would prefer to see the 10-minute close below this level, a body candle close below, and then the next candle retrace back up, maybe up into this area here. So it would look something like this. Put your stop above the news candle release, and then you would be targeting those daily lows down there. If you wanted to, you could do something like that as well. I think I would just put it above the news release candle. Euro Aussie, similar situation here. Look for something like that. I would probably use the top there. And for a draw on liquidity, probably that low. I don't know if I would be aiming. I mean, I guess you would be aiming for here. You have some really nice relative equal lows down here, but that's quite a ways away. I'd probably just be aiming for that low first. I think I like the pound Aussie trade a little bit, the setup a little bit better here. There's really not any, like when I see a big candle like this, there's nothing in here that's enticing to me other than if it pulled back down into these levels, potentially looking for a buy. But I mean, it's running liquidity now. You had no clue that it was going to run that hard, that high, that high, that fast. I mean, you were anticipating a big moves, but you did not know it would do that. Now, once it's settled in, you're going to need to see what does it do? What does it do after this 15-minute candle closes? Does it want to continue just to run, or is there going to be any type of pause? Very often when you get these big pushes, you might get like a 5 or 10-minute candle move down, and then it just immediately continues. So you might be able to get in with a further buy order there. But definitely bearish news here. The unemployment rate rising, even if it was only 0.1%, it went up. And the non-farm payrolls dropped by half of what they were previously and lower than forecasted. So again, just in time for the 1 year away from the presidential election here in the States, the crisis that was created is now going to be solved so that the current people in power can remain in power by showing you that they can handle the issues. We're going to create this problem that we are in. We're going to make you all feel like crap and hate your life, but then we're going to step in right before it's time to vote. And we're going to show you how we have fixed it so you'll let us continue to stay in power. Quite interesting. All right, there's our 10-minute closure below. We did get a closure below, so I like that pound Aussie sell if it does get back up into that position. Nick, I've been watching you after broadcasting. It's cool, Nick. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you watch even after the stream. I'm glad you're watching. Sorry, I'm just catching back up with the trap. NFP is the best day of the month. Made a bunch of EU pop there. Is there opportunity in pound dollar? Well, there's opportunity in every pair. It's just you need to understand what your opportunity is. Don't just be buying thinking that it's going to go up. With a big moves like this, you often get some retraces if it wants to continue up. So just set your criteria of what you want to see happen, and if you see that, then take the trade, and if you don't, then let it go. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to chase price. I should have kept my GA trade open. You and me both, Corey. Venator conspiracies coming soon. I've got a few. I've got some thoughts. Beeswax, Corey, that was some drop for GA. Stop exposing them. Politicians are good people and should be allowed to engage in the free market. They are allowed to engage in the free market. That's why every politician that becomes a politician, when they leave office, they've 100x their net worth off of the same salary that most middle-class income Americans make. So that makes sense. Certified Noof, I just caught both buys on euro dollar and gold for the NFP displacement. Well, you're one lucky son of a bitch because that was a stupid thing to do. You got lucky. You were one of the lucky few who gambled and were correct. So that's not. I don't know how. I'm not going to congratulate you on that, my friend. I know it feels really good to see that you were right, but that was a complete and utter gamble. You shouldn't have done that. Man, oh man. This is what I was talking about, where you get these big moves. You get one small little candle, like a small little bullish candle, and then it just rips lower. That may be the only retrace you get here. I was fully anticipating not catching a trade today. Just here for the fireworks, quite honestly. Hopefully, this is dollars reached into its monthly fair value gap just now. What's up, LOL? Dollars reaching into its monthly fair value gap here. So we've been, just to go back over this, we've been in a very bullish, we've been in 3 months now of 4 months after reaching this sell side liquidity grab. We've displaced above. Now we're coming back down into a monthly breaker. The last up close candle before we ran sell side liquidity could be here or here. Both line up. This fair value gap lines up with both of those. So as it comes back, as the dollar is reaching back down into this fair value gap, we'll be watching to see how deep does it want to come, and then what happens. What happens inside of here? Do we see any kind of market reversal that says we are putting in a swing low to head higher? If this monthly candle, and then we're just at the beginning of November, so we still have a long time for this monthly candle to close, but if this candle closes bearish, you're putting in a lower high, right? And then your eyes would begin to think, well, we should see some lower prices or at least back down into this range. We're approaching the top of that range on this bearish move here, tapping into this fair value gap. So we'll see if the dollar wants to find some strength. We have reached this fair value gap. I thought we were going to get up into about 50% of that fair value gap. We did not. It still might, but we did not. And now we're finding some bearish reaction off of it. Weekly time frame. If this candle closes bearish, then obviously next week, any pullbacks up on the dollar, you would be looking for sell opportunities to sell the dollar and buy foreigns. So depending on how this candle closes out today, if it closes out bearish, even below this low, if it can find, it may push down lower, leave a wick and pull back up. If it can close below that low, then I would definitely still lean bearish next week on the dollar. Look for a little bit of a further decline. If it wants to, if you're just going to pull a fib off of this move, you can see where it might want to be reaching into to put in a swing low on the weekly time frame. You've had this big run up. We've said after this massive, there has not been in the history of the DXY on the TradingView charts this kind of a run without a pullback ever. So now that you've had this run, it makes sense to get some dollar weakness here. At least for maybe a couple weeks, and then potentially you see another run up. But we'll find out. This will all play out. We're just gonna be looking at our higher time frame draws on liquidity and try to just know the patterns that we want to see. Liquidity get run, fair value gaps, order blocks, PD arrays, all the fun stuff. Here we go. Pound Aussie pulling back here. I like it. I like it. Let's see here. I think I would want to do, come on, here we go. I think I would want to get in and around this order block here. And then I would be targeting, where are those daily lows? Something like that. Yeah, I think so. All right, so I've got a sell limit placed here on GA. 89,477 is my entry, and my stop will be 89.84.1. This is completely discretionary trading. My TP is going to be those daily lows, 88.335. Is that right? Yeah, 335. I'm risking 1%. Yeah. So there we go. This is the play I'm looking for on GA right here. I want to see these relative equal lows on the daily time frame get run. I don't know that we're going to get the full drop today, but I'll take as much of this as I can get. Brother, many big traders are successful with simple strategy. Trading a different strategy now, Brad. So Ben, yeah. So the last couple of days we're doing on this 10K challenge. I'm doing an experiment. Basically, I'm just going to model what it looks like to do total discretionary trading. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just discretionary trading this 10K account to show the pros and cons behind it. I'm not trying. I'm trying my best. I will do my best to take the trades as I see fit, but just trying to get in at the right spots. using fair value gaps, using breaker blocks, using order blocks, using OTEs, using all of the things that I would want to see, just blending them all together into one position, and then taking trades. So not using a strict mechanical structure for this 10K, just as an experiment. So we'll see how it goes. We're triggered in on that trade. I forgot to post this in Discord on my setups channel. Let me put that in real quick. Selling GA from here. Just so that there's a paper trail. So we'll see how it goes. This is kind of what I would like to see, though, is we're getting a little bit of a pullback off of that news drop, and now would like to see a continuation lower here. There's probably a similar setup happening on EA. Yeah, it's pulled right back up into this breaker here and into the fair value gap. So we'll see what it wants to do, but GA is the one that we're triggered into. And I'm gonna, yeah, I think if we can make a new low here on the daily time frame, or we can make a new daily low, I would probably move to break even at that point. And then we'll just see after that what kind of price action we get. If I want to take some profits, I'm only risking 1% on this trade, by the way. At Venator Trading, have you ever heard of those? What? Did I miss a comment? I'm on live chat. Oh, I don't have all messages. Did I miss a comment from John? Oh, I did. Dang it. Okay, I got it now, John. I'm good. Just because you call it a conspiracy doesn't make it wrong. Check out MK Ultra mind control experiments, where the U.S. government forcibly drugged unknowing citizens, as well as the Tuskegee syphilis, where the U.S. government experimented on black people, giving them diseases. Ever heard of those? I have heard of those. I have not done a ton of research on them, but I have heard of them. Don't laugh at me, Corey. Come on, man. Give me a break. No one, I blame Cisco for not reminding me to turn on my all messages. That's awesome. Dollar is holding below that currently, that monthly fair value gap there. Might get a little bit of reprieve here. It's going to be interesting to see whether it can close out like that. GA moving up into a premium level now of that move down from the news. So see if it finds some resistance here off some of these internal breaker blocks after running buy side liquidity there. 15-minute candle did close down below here, so we'll see how much of this news event it wants to retrace. Looks like all of it. Oh man, discretionary trading at its finest. Euro dollar coming back up into a level that I would be looking at also to sell. I'm already in the GA trade, and because they're correlated assets, I'm not going to try to get into the same position there. What's gold doing here? The monthly fair value gap for GU resting just above us here. This red line is the monthly fair value gap bottom of euro dollar, so it's breached it. We'll see if it wants to hold above there. What did Aussie reach for? Where's its liquidity? Up into these levels here, I think, is Aussie dollars drawn liquidity. It's tapping into, obviously, some buy side there. Why do you dog discretionary trading? Unless you're an algo bot, you discretionary trade. If you have discretion on when you place your trade, then you are a discretionary trader. Yeah, I talked about this a little bit yesterday with Kieran on the Twitter Spaces, where every system has discretionary trading. It's just how much discretion do you want to use to identify your entries? Is there any type of mechanical system at all, or are you just are just pushing buy or sell because you see prices at a certain point in the chart, a certain price level, a certain resistance level, a support area, demand area, whatever you want to call it? Yes, there's discretionary trading. I'm not trashing discretionary trading. Don't hear me say that. You have to use discretion in every form of trading. Absolutely, you do. 100%. So I'm definitely not saying that it's bad. I'm saying that most people cannot do it consistently well. How do you know where liquidity rests? Is it just wicks? It's where people are most likely to have stops, where there's orders resting in the marketplace. So it's typically below old lows or above old highs. It's often viewed as retraces. So this huge move down that you saw from the news release, price is rebalancing all of this price action. You got this news release and price is like, wait, we didn't give any of these buyers an opportunity. It was just all selling. So we need to rebalance this price, let it work efficiently, and then we can see price come back down. So it's moved back up, almost rebalanced the entire move from the news event. Euro dollar reaching up into its little fair value gap here. Pound is just being way more aggressive on its retrace than euro dollar. So this is where I want to see GA start to reverse here off of this OTE level. It's basically rebalanced all of the news event. So now if it wants to go lower here, this is where it will do so. Otherwise, the liquidity resting, the buy side liquidity resting up above all of these levels here may want to get tapped into. We'll find out. Everybody is a discretionary trader, and most people trade poorly. So yes, most discretionary traders trade poorly. Beeswax heading out. Have a nice weekend, my friend. Thank you for being here as always. You're a delight to have in the stream. Always look forward to having you around, buddy. Going to wait to see if it respects the 15-minute OTE and then take a 5 or 1 minute OTE. Good plan of action. Good plan of action. Just have a plan. I mean, I think that's the most important thing, is just have a plan. Into the new hourly open here, the new 9 o'clock hour. So we have our new hour candle has opened. You can see this hourly candle didn't displace below. We'll see how much of a retrace we want to get here. If it just wants to drop on the hourly time frame, massive rejection on the GA candle here. Grabbed sell side liquidity, wondering if it wants to refill this this entire wick now. I entered off a fib GA. Yeah, the OTE looks like the best entry there. The OTE of that leg down. I was thinking this breaker here looked the cleanest to me because it lined up with these old fair value gaps as well. So you had this breaker, this order block basically get violated. You have these fair value gaps that were reclaimed. So as I came back up into them, I was anticipating these old fair value gaps right here, if you draw them out. So yeah, that's kind of what I was watching and waiting for. But the OTE, the 0.62 in between the 705, somewhere in there, looks like it could have been a pretty prime entry. If this wants to go down, it may not. It may want to reverse here and just keep heading higher. So pound looks to be stronger than the Euro Aussie position. GA on the 15-minute. Doesn't look as weak as Euro Aussie looks. John, see you, man. Have a great week. Whoa. Don't blame me. I just heard. Just heard what? Just heard what? Oh, you're talking about my all messages. I'm so sorry. I was slow to catch it. I think if there's a 5-minute close above this level here, I would kill this trade before it hit the stop loss. If I get a 5-minute candle closure above this level, I'll just kill that. After Brad's stream, switch over to Top Step TV to watch how to trade futures. Look at John. John, are you an affiliate for Top Step Stream TV? I'm trying to, and I appreciate you saying after Venator's stream's over. As though I'm in anywhere near the same category of trading as those guys are. We all know that's not true. Helps me understand how auctions work. Yeah, I need to watch. I hear you talk about the auction theory a lot. I've never really dug into the auction theory side of how all that stuff goes. Not seeing any displacement down here from Aussie dollar. My preference is that once it came back up so aggressively after running sell side that you would see quick movement back down into the area of original momentum, and we haven't seen that. This 30-minute fair value gap right here, I would want to see, hopefully we can close below. If we can close below that 30-minute fair value gap right there, I think we should see lower prices on GA. So hopefully in the next 20 minutes or so, we'll find out how much downside we're going to have here on GA. Corey should be sitting really nice. If he entered off of that fib, man, you should be almost 1R in profit probably. If you got in off that fib with a stop just above. All right, love you, babe. So here's how I'm looking to manage this trade. If I get a 5-minute closure above this small little volume imbalance, I will close this out. And I'm hoping to get a 30-minute closure below this fair value gap right here. That will signal to me that we definitely want to fill in this wick, and we should be in a fairly good position to make some profits today. This is a brand new 4-hour candle, by the way, as well. So we're just into it right now. Let's see where we are on the daily. Will we take out Friday or Thursday's low and make a new low of the week today? Don't think we will. Interesting to see if we can close a body below here. I didn't enter directly off of it. I waited to see a reaction. My entry's 89557. It's still good. That's still a good entry, man. It's still in a premium. Anything else that catches my eye? Not especially. Not especially. That Euro trade that I have marked up right there, that's a beautiful little entry. Basically no drawdown there. It's really nice. Right off of that breaker. Right into these inverted fair value gaps there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert here. And I'm going to set an alert. Let's see how many it was. 36 pips. So that would be right around here. So near the bottom of that wick. I'm going to set an alert here. And, if this alert goes off, I'll probably end up closing that trade out. And if this alert goes off, I'll probably look to either take a full profit or just move to break even and then see how the rest of the day plays out. That's my plan. I don't think I'm going to take any more trades on any other pairs right now. There's nothing that is just enticing to me on a Friday at 9:15 with about 2.5 hours of good market movement left. This is the only thing I'm interested in. So we got into it. We caught it. I'll trade through the other news. Yeah. I'll leave this position open because it's not a dollar correlated pair. GA is a cross pair. So the ISM services, I'm not trading a dollar correlated pair. If it was in EU or GU, maybe I would try to be out of it or just not. I don't know. But we're in GA. So it's just going to be whatever it's going to be. So, all right, all that set. I'll post on Discord as we go what I'm going to do and how I'm managing this trade. So you guys have a great weekend. Be safe, get out, get some sunshine, enjoy some fresh air, spend some time with your loved ones. Enjoy life. Get off the charts. All right. But we'll be back Monday morning, 7 a.m., fresh new week, and we'll get after it. So appreciate you guys being here as always. Happy hunting, stay safe, and we'll catch you on Monday. Adios, y'all.